Hello and a heartwarming welcome to you all, champions of change. Whether you are here for the first time or you've been with us on this journey, know that this space is brighter and richer because of you. To our new subscribers, a special welcome. I'm thrilled you've decided to join our community. Today's adventure is one I'm particularly excited about. We are diving into the world of insurance, but not in the way you might expect. We are telling the stories, the real, the raw, the remarkable. We are uplifting how these silent guardians we call insurance have played pivotal roles in people's lives, and which of these are a must-have for our healing journey. I want you to grab a comfortable seat, maybe a cup of your favorite beverage, and let's embark on this journey together. In no particular order, I'm going to talk about 8 types of insurance, which in my opinion I must have, and then I'll add other stuff to it. So the first will be automobile. We'll talk about property or rental insurance. We'll talk about health insurance. We will dive into long-term disability insurance. We're going to talk about long-term care insurance, term life insurance, identity theft, umbrella insurance. I want you to click like and share if you're ready to embark on this journey. It's a simple way to show your support and help us reach more people just like you. Our story begins in the most unexpected places, and we're talking about the Johnson family. I just want you to, for once, think about a car packed with a family. Very excited, going on the family getaway, kids at the back. Typical of kids, they step on the road, and just when they're on the road, a deer crosses the car. Mr. Johnson, being a very experienced driver, is able to swerve, and everybody, it's okay. Just imagine this type of experience. Assuming the car was totally wrecked, a family getaway would have turned into something else. And this is where automobile insurance comes in. Now, if you have automobile insurance, there are some stuff that I want you to look over your policy, or I want you to think about as a means of getting. So the Johnson's family story could have turned from what could have been a tale of financial despair to one of relief and gratitude, thanks to their comprehensive auto insurance. So what is this automobile insurance that we're talking about? I want us to unpack the shells. So starting with liability coverage, I would say that had their car maneuvered resulted in a damage to another vehicle or property, liability coverage would cover the cost, protecting them from out-of-pocket expenses that could disrupt their financial peace. So I just want you to know that liability coverage will cover medical or repair costs for other people if you are responsible for the accident. It entails cost of injury, property damage caused by the collision, and usually there is minimum liability per provinces or state. Another type of automobile or part of the automobile insurance will be collision coverage. In scenario where I just described, with your car colliding into a deer or another object, this coverage will step in to repair or replace your car. It will be their crucial ally in maintaining their mobility and independence. I just want you to know that collision coverage will cover the cost to replace or repair your car if it's totally wrecked. If you can't replace your car with cash, then I'll say that you need collision coverage. I want to say that the Johnson story also highlights a less talked about yet equally vital aspect of auto insurance, and that is comprehensive coverage. And comprehensive coverage is what shields you from events outside the usual collision, like theft, vandalism, and yet, yes, even that unexpected deer crossing. It is comprehensive coverage that ensures your vehicle protection from life unpredictable moments. It will replace your car as long as the damage isn't due to collision. It will protect you from theft, fire, storm, or natural disaster. Even though it's not required, if you have a car loan or leasing the car, then it is required. Let's also not forget about roadside assistance. Far from home, potentially stranded, this Johnson family could rely on this feature for immediate help, be it a tow, a tire change, or just getting their vehicle safely off the road. Other rental reimbursement, pay per mile coverage, and all that. So it would have covered for that as well. If you live in a country like Canada where most of the time you're covered with snow, your car cannot start at some point, I'd say that you would need roadside assistance, so make sure you have something like that. The weight of our hopes and vulnerability to our safety, automobile insurance emerges not just as a policy, but as a character dynamic. And it is something that remains a story of what would have overcome, not what was lost. Personally, I'll say that I've had a car totally wrecked, torn between replacing and giving the money. I took the money, I could fix it, and then I invested the rest. As we navigate the roads of life with these unexpected turns and unforeseen challenges, I want you to remember the value of comprehensive auto insurance. It's not just meeting about the mandatory nature, it's also ensuring that no matter the bumps along the road, your journey continues with confidence, protected by this silent guardian. To end the scenario I gave, I say that the Johnson family now safely at their destination. They'll be enjoying their weekend and underscoring the peace of mind that auto insurance brings. From liability coverage to comprehensive roadside assistance, auto insurance is your main man. It ensures your journey continues no matter the bumps on the road. Now, I know some of you will be asking, what if I have an old car? Should I do a comprehensive insurance? I would say that this is a very tricky question because for some of us, our cars are not just cars to us. They are like a memorabilia, suggesting like a long car ownership and care. If, for instance, your car is about 2 decades old, I would say that you would have to choose between the peace of mind or the other way. As your car ages, you're faced with a decision whether you should continue with comprehensive insurance. Usually, I would say that for classic status, some of our cars are classic status. So comprehensive insurance, as you have as well, covered those unforeseen events, storms, theft, vandalism. Is the kind of protection that offers peace of mind. But I'd say that as our car ages, their value changes, and so does the car clause of insurance. Or a car that has reached the 2 decade mark. If your car is wrecked, that's a different thing. But the value sometimes is often sentiment rather than dollars. So comprehensive coverage costs need to be weighed against the actual cash value of the car, the amount you will receive if it is totaled. So I'll say that if your annual premium plus your deductible, it's more than the cost of replacing your car, you would have to think twice. But of course, you are the architect of your life. You make your own decisions. This is just information, and you have to decipher between whether you want to go for that, looking at the age of your car, or you would want to stick with something else. Now, I'll move on to the second type of insurance. We'll be talking about property insurance and renters insurance. Now, let's talk about where we live, that is our homes. Home sweet home, we say. So moving on, the next must-have, I would say, is a property or rental insurance. Now, imagine the sanctuary of your home, your personal haven. Our homes are more than just structures. They are a backdrop of our lives, our most cherished moments. But imagine, if you will, a sudden twist, an unforeseen event that threatens this sanctuary. It is here in these heart-storming trends that property and rental insurance reveal their true value. I want to walk you through the guardian rules, understanding how they protect not just your possessions, but the very essence of our haven. I will start by exploring property insurance or homeowners insurance, and then I'll go on to talk about rental insurance if you are renting your home. So homeowners insurance is the bedrock of protection for our safe sanctuary. As I said earlier, it's a comprehensive shield. It covers several key areas from structural damage to personal property liability to additional living expenses. These policies will cover the spectrum of what we hold you. So the first will be dwelling coverage. It ensures that the physical structure of your home can be repaired or rebuilt after damage from fires, storms, or other covered disaster. It's the promise that your haven can still stand tall again. The next coverage within the property insurance will be personal protection. That's from furniture to personal treasures. This coverage helps replace your belongings, stolen or damaged, I'd say. The third one will be liability protection. So liability protection guards against the financial fallout. If someone, God forbid, get injured on your property, somebody comes to fix the roof or somebody comes to do something and the person falls, this is what you can rely on. Or if somebody slip and break a knee or something because you fail to shovel your snow, then you can use this. I would recommend about 300 to or even 500,000 Canadian dollars or US dollars, depending on where you're living. Fourth one will be additional living expenses. So additional living coverage should your home become uninhabitable. This will cover the cost of temporary housing, living expenses, a comforting hand leading you to safe shores until you can return home. And I believe most of us would have heard about some people's home being flooded, they have to move somewhere and all that. So if you have this is what will cover you in case of such a mishap. We need it even before possession. They wanted us to get insurance. We're just moving in a couple days before the final possession date, but they just wanted to protect their assets. I would say that you don't want your home to be underinsured. So home insurance, know that it doesn't cover flooding, natural disasters. So make sure that there is extended dwelling coverage, liability coverage, and replacement cost coverage. You have to make sure that the extended dwelling coverage is enough to rebuild or at least replace your home in case of any mishap like windstorm, explosive, or even if the cost goes over your policy. Usually it's about 20 to 25% the amount of you insured your house for, unless you go for more coverage. I want you to take this information and go through your insurance policy. Just double check to see whether you are missing something, and then you can talk to your insurance agent and see how you can work around it. Sometimes you can have replacement cost coverage, which will replace your personal property like furniture, refrigerator, sports equipment. If you lost everything, how much money do you think you would need to replace all your belongings if you lost all of them? We also have the guaranteed replacement cost. That is awesome, which will replace all these for you. Now, I want you to note, especially some of us or those of us living in flood-prone areas, that flood insurance doesn't come on a regular policy. It's different from the waterback protection, so you have to make sure you have it if you live in a flood zone. The same for hurricane insurance. Not everyone needs it, but if you live near the coast or water body, you want to make sure you have it. Earthquake insurance is also important. If you live in an earthquake-prone area, you might want to consider having some of these. What if I am not a homeowner and I rent? So if you're a renter, you can also have your own coverage for protecting your assets in the building. Your landlord would do all the homeowner insurance, and then you can have renter's insurance, which will protect your assets in case there is burglary or there is some kind of disaster happening. At least you have something to fall on. I know insurance sucks. I mean, to pay every month and not see anything coming back or no returns, it's kind of something that sometimes you want to skimp on. But I'd say that never skimp on insurance, because when it comes to things like your home and some of these things that we're talking about, it's very important that you have that peace of mind. You can protect your assets, you can protect your belongings and all that. You can go to bed sleeping knowing that should anything happen, you are covered because of your insurance. I want us to cherish the sanctuaries we call home, but also embrace the protection that allows them to remain the safe havens that we love. Remembering the fabric of our lives, being prepared is the most comfortable peace of mind we can have. And I will talk about health insurance. I would move on and talk about the third type of insurance. I know some of us who live in countries where we have universal health insurance, like in Canada, or you live in Germany, they have their whole kind of insurance, or you live in the UK, you have NHS and all that. It's good to be in a country like that, to have all those. But even in those countries, you will still need a little bit of private insurance to cater for the things that the national policy doesn't cater to. For example, if you live in Canada, you want to make sure that at least you have some private insurance to cover for your dental care, your medication, and all those kind of things. So I know that health scars the accident that changed the course of our daily life. And it's where our narrative depends, exploring the essence of health insurance. It's an absolutely yes. It is not mandatory, but I may say that it's a must-have. I guess you've heard, or at least you know somebody who's been hit with a large medical bill. I have taken care of family members who were old and therefore were unable to insure them at that point in time. And I can attest that health can get very, very expensive. You don't want to, jump over this. You want to make sure that at least you have some kind of coverage to back you up. Imagine in the midst of your life daily hassle, an unexpected twist like a health scare can bring everything to a standstill. This could be anything from a minor injury requiring an ER visit to a serious diagnosis needing prolonged treatment. These are the storms that we don't see coming, the ones that test, I say, our resilience the most. So a sudden illness, urgent ER visit can leave us facing with towering bills. Yet with health insurance, this daunting journey becomes one we don't walk alone. It eases the financial burden, allowing us to focus on what truly matters. That's our recovery and health. Please share this knowledge with others. Like, share, and subscribe for more exploration to how we can navigate life uncertainties with confidence and grace. I want you to stay curious, stay protected, treasure every moment of your journey, and always remember to be kind to yourself.